Time now, though, for a little attack or defend, where this week, Bren will be thrust into the flames and debate Mr. X on a topic, and I will decide if either of them is worthy of my praise. We'll begin with the first team the Gladiators reverse swept in Week 4, the NYXL. Saebyeolbe has been playing a lot of Widowmaker this stage, and though Pine is a fan favorite, and one of my favorites too, one of everyone's favorites, the numbers don't exactly favor the big boss when we look at the head-to-head. Saebyeolbe has the edge in hero damage and elims per 10, and he dies the least in the league on Widowmaker this stage. Pine does have the slight edge on final blows and gets more solo kills, but the point is this. The NYXL should exclusively play Saebyeolbe on Widowmaker moving forward. No more Pine time is what that means. So, Mr. X, you can start first. Attack or defend?
I'm going to defend this. I think they should play Saebyeolbe on Widowmaker all the time. I feel like he is the safer of the two options. He has a lot of different heroes he can flex over to. I feel like Pine is a good option if they need somebody to come in as a playmaker. You see all the crazy flanks he's taking. If you need those consistent wins, though, and consistent play, you stay with Saebyeolbe.
Sure, I'm going to attack that argument, Matt, and this is going to be pretty easy, to be honest. I've seen what you like on this show, mate, and it's honestly nothing to be scoffed at. Yeah, sure. Maybe, sure. I'm going to be attacking this argument. Pine, he adds that sort of unorthodox level, that play on Widowmaker that you really need to succeed in these games. Because you put Saebyeolbe in, he gets, consistent. Sure, he's a good Widowmaker player. But what happens when teams prepare for him too much? What happens then? Pine, you shove him in, explosive. He knows what he's doing. You're done.
Do you like Pine flanking on Gibraltar against Valiant 3 times in a row in the same spot?
Right now, for the moment, when they're just looking at consistent standard play, I'm going to have to agree with Mr. X. Because save Pine for the playoffs. I agree, you want that explosive edge, but I think you save Pine as your wild card for the playoffs. Yeah. Right now, you just run Saebyeolbe.
You bring him in on control, let him dominate games,
exactly.
Let him crush faces.
Yeah. Exactly. We'll move on, though. Next topic, the Philadelphia Fusion. We're starting to see some less efficient performances from the newer tank duo of Sato and Hotba. So we wanted to check back on the numbers versus the original duo of Fragi and Poko. Fragi leads the league in hero damage and elims on Reinhardt, and while he does die more than Sato, it's not as big of a gap as we might have thought. Sato leads in some categories, but remember, the Fusion are running these as exclusive tank duos, either Sato and Hotba or Fragi and Poko. So when you look at Poko versus Hotba on Diva, Poko has a clear edge, not surprising, in most offensive categories. And he leads the league in elims per 10 this season. Again, we see the Hotba deaths are lower, but our point will be the Fusion should reintegrate Fragi and Poko into the lineup rather than exclusively sticking with Sato and Hotba. Bren, you can go. Attack or defend?
I'm going to defend this point, Monty. I feel like, again, it's that added edge. When teams are going to be preparing mainly for the side of Sato and Hotba, right, it becomes too predictable. Teams are going to be easily able to read you and, whoa, not quite over just yet. But I'm going to continue the point regardless of that. I feel like, again, you need that added edge just to really just slot it in there and have that capabilities that you can just throw Fragi and Poko
So you're
in.
saying they should put Fragi and Poko back in?
I absolutely believe they should.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely saying they should not be putting Fragi and Poko back in the game. I feel like Sato and Hotba gives them that Korean front line in terms of tanks, right? Carpe can communicate to them rather quickly. They can, set up plays with their main tracer player, or whether the Widowmaker, whether you want to play that and dive these opponents. I feel like it's better to have Sato.
You're entitled to your opinion, Matt, but you're wrong.
All right. I think, right now, I would love to see Fragi on some more of these Reinhardt-specific maps, because I think he is the better Rein player. But for consistency's sake, we know at the end of Stage 3 how the Philadelphia Fusion were sort of sliding downwards, and I think Sato and Hotba have brought more consistency, if less explosive playmaking potential to that position. So for right now, when EQO is in and out of the lineup, I'm going to go with Sato and Hotba, but I'd love to see some more Fragi play on the Reinhardt, maybe on some specialized maps like King's Row.
If you do the math, I've already won.
Yeah, give Mr. X, but you're still a chance for redemption. We play, map differential is actually important here, so we're going to play the final point.
I feel like the new kid on the block, being bullied by the...
It's all right.
What's going on?
It's just your career at Esports, man. You can get used to it after a while.
This is how it begins.
Okay, last one. Prior to the final battle for Texas between Houston and Dallas, coolmatt was in hair and makeup doing Mickey's hair. The opposing flex tanks then posed with the same hairdo prior to facing off on stage. Mr. X, opponents hanging out, doing each other's hair before their match. attack or defend?
You're gonna attack this. You're about to go compete against them. You guys like hanging back, doing each other's hair. All right. It's like, you're supposed to hate the opponent going into a match. I don't care if you guys are buddy-buddy. Like, for the match, you gotta hate them. You guys are rivals, like Houston, Dallas. I don't get it.
Oh, man, get out of here with that. I think it's okay for these guys to do what they're doing. You know, they're doing each other's hair. They're building that team chemistry.
They're on opposite teams.
I don't care about that, Matt. They're already out of the overall playoffs, mate. They don't care about that. They're just building up these friendships, these long-standing love. Look at this. How can you not love Mickey? I love Mickey. You not love Mickey? I love Mickey. Okay. No, you heard it here first. Matt doesn't like Mickey.
What?
Okay, despite your disgusting tactics of trying to slander Matt, I'm going to give this one to you because I think this is just hilarious, and I love coolmatt's hairstyle. I think it's fun that the players are taking these pictures before the matches. I think it's good.
It's a competition.
And it shows the friendliness of this league, too, with all the players being in Burbank this year. It's really cool to see these friendships develop. So we'll give that one to you, Bren.
Yep.
You still win, though. You still win, though, Matt. You still win.